Hey, what's good, everybody? So it has been a while since I've been on here, but I've been busy. You guys see the shirt, man? We buy houses and help people. I put the name tag up there. Anyway, today I'm here to talk to you about the new system that I came up with in order to acquire properties by becoming the bank. All right. Little to no money out of your own pocket and definitely no credit checks. All right. We're not walking into banks, filling out applications, qualifying for debt, showing W 2s. You don't need a realtor, no inspections, appraisals, any of that stuff. And I just acquired another property. This will be my seventh property. And it's been a little over a year. So, seven properties that I own in my city, in my market. And then I've helped people around the country. All right. So, I've been refining my system, man. We're always supposed to be trying to get better every day, even if it's just by a little bit. So, I came up with a new system, man. It's called A.C.E.S. All right. Awareness, counseling, education, and then secure the deal. I'm going to break down each portion of ACEs so that you can implement each step and get on your way to becoming the bank and getting that financial freedom, man, that you all dream about, that we all dream about. I've gotten myself there, but I've got myself there through hard work, blood, sweat, tears, ups, downs, people coming, people going, people discouraging me, people encouraging me, man, you name it. I've been through all of it. All right. But I built the Go Getter family along the way, man. So I wouldn't change any of it for the world. Plus, man, I'm getting to be on top of the world at this moment. So I want to bring you guys with me, man. I love y'all, man. I love you guys for the support. So don't forget, guys, to like and follow. And if you're new to my YouTube channel and you feel like I bring you some value, please consider subscribing. All right. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I will answer your questions on the second half of this live.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end, we some no-quitters. Knock it out the park, we for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere, that's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves, cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance, bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients, now that's a dope recipe.
All right, guys. So I'm here to talk to you tonight about how you guys can become the bank with real estate investing, all right, and acquire these properties. So with little to no money and no credit checks, all right. So I just had to go to a prospect's house just this last week, all right. And the prospect, it's a husband and wife. Okay. The husband was actually doing some work on a property that I just put on the market that I'm selling on rent to own. I'm selling it on terms. So I'm going to get paid three ways, three profit centers on this property that I'm selling. I'm going to get a down payment. Then I'm going to get monthly passive income. All right. What I charge, I'll make the profit over the mortgage payment that I took over. So I'm going to charge, it's going to be roughly $1,600 a month. The mortgage payment that I have to pay that I took over is $955. So I make the difference between $1,600 and $955. And then on the option, the balloon payment that we always set 5 years out, I'll make another $10,000 on top of that. So guys, set to make some good money on this property. Well, there's a guy over there working on my property, man. He was painting. He works for the contractor. He's a subcontractor, okay, of the contractor that was working on my house. And I go over there, man, this had to been last Wednesday or so. And my partner that was fixing my house comes up to me, man, and tells me, he's like, hey, man, I got this guy that works for me and they want to sell their house. He says, I couldn't buy it because my partner in this property, he uses the BRRRR strategy. So you've got to get the house for super low in order to do the BRRRR strategy. Well, this guy and his wife had only lived there for about 3 years, so they didn't have much equity. So my partner couldn't get the property for low enough. So he refers them to me. All right. And that, man, it just went from there. I'm going to tell you how I acquired this property using my new system, ACES. Yeah, ACES, like Ace of Spades, man, ACES. Now, the first thing, see, this is the thing with people that get into real estate investing, man. And guys, my name is Gene Boykin. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the Go Getter family. All right. We're a real estate investing family that help to uplift each other, educate each other, and to buy houses by becoming the bank. All right. Now, this is the thing with real estate investors, man, and aspiring, budding real estate investors. 95% of real estate investors fail. All right. And that number is astronomical, man. Like it's ridiculous, dude. 5 out of every 100 have success. Come on, man. That ain't cool. So I'm going to give you guys the game on how you can fall into the 5%, man, and not be one of the 95%. Because a lot of people talk about getting into real estate. You know what I mean? Like they want to get into real estate investing or get into the real estate industry in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of people think that they've got to be realtors. And I'm here to tell you, you do not have to be a realtor. You don't have to be certified in any way to invest the way that we do by becoming the bank. All right. And so I don't, man, I'm the house that I'm about to acquire. I'm not going to spend any money out of my own pocket for that house. And I'm going to own that house. I'm going to get paid upfront on it. I'm going to make monthly passive income. And then I'm going to get paid again on the back end on this property that it's not going to cost me anything to acquire. But I'll say this, it did cost me time, energy, and effort and knowledge, man, gaining the knowledge on how to do this. But 95% of real estate investors fail because one, they don't have a plan going in, right? You don't have a plan of attack, man. You don't know your next 3 steps. A lot of people don't even know how to start. Like you hear about a real estate investing strategy of some sort and you want to get involved in it. You know what I mean? Because it sounds like, yeah, like, hey, this is the one, this is awesome, it'll work for me. And Zuli D from California, hey, what's up? I hope I said your name right. Probably didn't. My apologies, Zuli Day. All right. Anyway, oh guys, and if you have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the comment section. And okay, go ahead and put your questions in the comment section and I'll answer as many as I can on the second part of the show. All right. So 95% of real estate investors fail because one, they don't have a plan. All right. They don't have a plan of action and they don't know what their next step is. Like I get people all the time that are like, man, how do I get started? What do I do? And trust me, I get it because I was there at one point, man. I didn't know, but it was almost like, it was second nature, man, that told me at least find a deal. So I'm gonna give you guys some game tonight on my ACEs strategy. All right. It is awareness, counseling, education, and then secure the deal. All right. So I was running a little bit behind tonight, so I didn't get to write it up there. Let me write it for you guys. Okay. So guys, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing if you feel like I bring you some value. Now, I'm about to show you how you get into the 5% of real estate investors that have success. And I'm going to tell you this, guys, now is one of the best times in history to get in the real estate game, man. To get in. And people think like, oh, real estate, you can't get in real estate right now because prices are at an all-time high. Interest rates have went up, so it's hard to get credit and all that. Guys, we're not worried about any of that. We are not worried about any of that. First off, we're not worried about interest rates because we're not filling out credit applications, going to a bank with our hat in our hand, wearing our Sunday's best, having our business plan, all that crap, and hoping they're going to finance our dream. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. We are becoming the bank. We are becoming the bank, guys. And there's a Myron Golden. I don't know if you guys know him, but he has a YouTube channel. He had somebody on his show, and he said, when you drive through a town, you got big banks and little houses. Big banks and little itty bitty houses. That is because banks have all the power, man. They have all the power, they have all the money, they have all the debt that's owed to them. And see, this is where we're confused, guys. Is this right? And today happens to be Friday, man, payday, right? A lot of people getting paid on Fridays. And what happens is this: we get paid, and the first thing we do is we go to the bank and we deposit our check. And we might take a little bit out, man, go grab a beer, go grab the family pizza or something, take them to a movie, right? But then we're leaving that money in there in our savings account. This is what the bank does too, man. It's backwards as hell. So we deposit our money into savings, and then the bank loans us our money back with interest. Because if you have a bank and you have a savings account and you have a credit card from that bank, guess what you're doing? You're giving them your money so they can loan it back to you with interest. So we are going to become the bank in real estate investing. All right. Now, the first step in this process, where's my freaking, there it is. The first step in this process, guys, is awareness. Boom. Awareness. Okay. Awareness. And what this means, what awareness means is, do they even know, do your prospects or your leads even know if you exist or not? If they don't know if you exist, how in the world will you be able to buy their house? So we get awareness, and with our awareness, we want to go from the annoying pest to the invited guest. Go from the annoying pest to the invited guest. All right. And there's many ways for awareness. All right. And it's built into your marketing. So what is your marketing plan? I'm getting a new dry erase board coming in soon, guys. New dry erase board coming in soon. Ordered it off of Amazon, man. New desk too. I'm about to have a new studio. Y'all about to love it. So anyway, awareness. They have to know that you exist. If they don't know that you exist, how in the world can you buy their house? So awareness comes in many different facets. It's in your marketing, built into your marketing. Now, I personally and my students, my inner circle students, we have a referral system where if a person refers you if a person refers their friend to you, or their hairstylist, their barber, whatever, they refer them to you. They need to sell their house and they say, hey, we know somebody. We know a great company. Have you ever heard of We Buy Houses and Help People? Yeah, they're great, right? They refer you, and we'll pay $1,000 referral fee if we buy that house. So that's what happened in this instance, the house that I'm about to acquire. Okay. And guys, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you feel like I bring you some value, consider subscribing. So anyway, that's what happened in this instance, was a referral. But that's because my name is out there, what I do. And you do that by being on social media, having a business Facebook page. You're making posts about real estate. You're giving information, giving some value on that business Facebook page, right? You've got to get the awareness out there. Now, another way for awareness is you can send out mailers. You can be cold calling. You can be door knocking. You can have t-shirts. Awareness. They've got to know you exist. So I got this last house again by referral. That's the awareness. All right. So you can be also, like I said, cold calling, sending mailers. You can have your business cards. You know how businesses have that little stand on the counter with business cards in it? You can have your business cards in there. You can even go and listen, I'm about to go around my city, right? And I'm going to pay these little mom and pop shops, whether it's stores, nail salons, barber shops, little restaurants. I'm going to pay them $50 a month to let me leave my cards there in a little stand. I'm going to get the little stands, boom. And I'm going to put my business cards in there. On the business card, you need to have your information. And then on the back of it, your power statement, what it is you do, right? So one of our power statements is this: we help distressed homeowners by partnering with them in a unique way to help them. To help them pull money out of their property instead of paying someone to sell it. We are able to do that because we have the knowledge to do transactions that most can't or won't do, and we can get it done in as little as 24 hours. That's a power statement. You're telling somebody who you are, what you do, who you help, how you help them, and then how long it takes. Man. Yeah. Yeah, Nick. I'll answer that question, man. Nick had a great question. So anyway, awareness, your marketing, guys. All right. Now the next thing is counsel. Okay. And I'm going to tell you this. See, this is the thing with the real estate, people are just mainly aware of the traditional way of doing real estate. Okay. So the traditional way of doing real estate is getting a realtor, getting a pre-approved mortgage. If you need to sell your house, you're calling realtors to see if they can sell your house sell your house for you. And they're coming in your house and they're pointing this out and that out and this that needs to be repaired, updated, replaced so that they can put it on the market and sell it. That's what most people think. So as part of the ACEs system, we have to show them that there's a different way. All right. There's a different way. So this is how we start. Okay. We start the Go Getter family with our seller presentation. Our seller presentation. And this is what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, man, to show you guys some love tonight because this seller presentation, oh my goodness, it was gold for me. In the house that I just bought, that I'm buying, I'm getting under contract this week. I just haven't had time to go over there. They've already told the guy that referred them to me. They already told the guy that referred them to me that they're going to sell me their house. It's the employee that was working for my business partner on this particular house, and then his wife. His wife's a doctor, man. So let me share my screen. We use our seller presentation. This thing is glorious, man, because it does the talking for you. Okay. And it plants seeds, guys. It plants seeds. The reason why I'm getting this house is because of this counseling section. All right. This is it right here. This is our seller presentation. So I went into the let me make sure you guys can see it. Yes, you can. So I went to the seller's house and I was not over there trying to buy their house initially. All right, guys. I was not trying to buy their house. I was merely you know, educating them, counseling them, letting them know about the options that they have in place. So we go over this seller presentation, man, and this thing is money because there was kids in the house going nuts, man. I mean, there was stuff going on all around me. And had I not had this seller presentation, I would have gotten off subject. You guys see my shirt, man, boom. And then you see my logo up here, right? We buy houses and help people. So our home buying program, who we are. It tells them who we are, man, and it drops plenty of seeds in here. And this last line says the type of people that we work with are buyers. Then what we do, right? We work with sellers who need a no hassle friendly transaction, need a quick and flexible sale, quick attention, need a quick offer, need fast cash. Boom. How we can help. So guys, see, in this presentation, I am counseling. I'm not trying to buy their house. We do not start that way. We do not start that way. So I'm counseling, man. Then I tell them about the real world for sellers following the traditional way of selling your property. The traditional way is going to cost them a ton of money, man. They can put their house on the market. We have an example in here of 175,000 if they sell it at that price. And then what they'll actually get after the fees, commissions, and closing costs. All right, 144,298, not counting your capital gains tax. All right, and then how we benefit them. So we can close fast, if necessary, within 24 hours, or we can fit your schedule and you can move when you choose to, right? And man, we take the house in as in condition, right? Then we have a couple testimonials. Boom. I actually have three of them in here. And this is the house that the husband is working on. Testimonial number one. The husband is working on my house, but I'm talking to the wife at this point, going over the presentation. Boom. The types of offers we can make. This is where the rubber meets the road for us. All right. So, guys, in the ACEs process, counseling is a major part of that. Being that counselor. This is why we say that we are home ownership consultants. We are experienced home ownership consultants. We are counseling them, guys. These people have to trust us. Any real estate that you get into, if you follow the ACEs process, you will 5x your number of properties in it won't be more than 90 days if you follow the process and you put in the work. All right. So now we've got awareness, we've got counseling. So we go through that seller presentation. Now, at the end of the seller presentation, this is the thing, guys. In that counselor process, we have to find out what their pain is. What is their pain? And then what's their pleasure? What do they want to achieve? So this is what I said when I got to the types of offers we can make, and the types of offers that we can make. Man, that portion, that portion goes super hard. So the types of offers, it says there, we'll take over your payments and give you, if you have a mortgage, we'll take over your payments and we'll give you debt relief. If there's enough equity after marketing and repairs, we can make payments to you for your equity. Plant these little stuff. And when I'm saying this stuff, the seller's looking at me like surprised, because she had no clue that you could do these things. Then if you have no mortgage, we can offer to make payments to you for your equity. We can pay you cash for your equity. Or we can customize an offer for you. If you have to have cash, we can pay you some now and some later. This is planting seeds, guys. I'm not just slapping them in the face with, hey, I can take over your mortgage and the mortgage stays in your name, but the house goes in mine. No, you have to use artistry, guys. If you want to do this and you want to do it at a high level and you actually want to buy houses, own them, own these houses without going to a bank and begging them for money, or having to go get investors and friends and family to borrow you money to jumpstart your dream, jumpstart your business, and be looking at you all skeptical like you're crazy. You can do it yourself by becoming the bank, but you have to do it properly. So again, customize an offer for you. If you must have cash, we can pay some now and some later. We can also give you a balloon payment when we sell your home. Oh man, that thing is money. So now she's looking at me like, what in the world are you talking about? Right. But I can see the excitement, man, because she didn't know that we could do this stuff. All right, guys, if you have questions, don't forget to put them in the comments and I'll answer them the second half of the show. Hit that like button. And if you feel like I'm bringing you some value, consider subscribing. So in that counseling mode, though, after you go through your presentation, that's a credibility kit as well if you're going to be a counselor. Now, I just got these shirts, guys, so you don't even have to do all that, dude. I owned 6 houses before I got these shirts, but I did go over there with one of my shirts on, man, because I know she's a doctor. The house is nice. It's worth $240,000 in my city. That's upper middle class, dude. Like, that's on the upper level of middle class. I'm from the hood, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just put in that work, dude. So anyway, I had a cold a couple days ago, guys, so my nose is all stuffy. Anyway, now though, we must know their pain. As part of the A.C.E.S system, you have to know their pain. So I knew, right? They were selling because the wife was in her residency as a doctor, and she just got done with it, and now she's an actual doctor, and they're moving out of state so she can work at the health system that she's, signing on with. So they have 2 mortgages now because they just bought a house out of state, right? So this is what I asked her. After I went through my presentation, the first question I asked her, I said, so from what I understand, you guys are already buying a second house, which is good. So you don't have to get approved for a mortgage. But tell me about that experience. How was that for you? Guys, that question that I just said, that I just gave you guys, that thing is gold. That thing is gold. That'll have you closer to that 5%. That question alone will have you closer to that 5% than that 95% that fail. How was that experience for you? How? That's an open-ended question. It's called an interrogative. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Those are open-ended. So I said, well, how was that experience for you? And as soon as I asked her that, before she even answered, I could tell the difference in her demeanor. She took a deep breath. She was like, well, and she started going in, and she tells me I got the nugget that I needed, man, when I asked that question. She says they had found a house that they liked, right? And they went under contract because of the way the market is, man. So they hurried up and they went under contract. Well, after a while, they were going through the underwriting process, right? So when you go get a house the traditional way and you have a realtor, right? Somebody selling their house and you're buying it. So you go make an offer, they accept it, and you go under contract. So now that house is pulled off the market, but you have to go through the underwriting process. That is the bank sending out their inspectors, appraisers, and trying to poke holes in your deal, man. Trying to poke holes in your dream. So this is what happened. they're going through the underwriting process, and the inspector sees that one of the toilets don't flush in one of the bathrooms. So that has to be fixed. Otherwise, the bank will not finance this deal. Then the inspector finds that there's some wood rotting around the window. So now the bank's pulling out, like somebody's got to fix this. So now they're negotiating, like who's going to pay for that. And the my seller, she says she started feeling like not like she didn't want to buy this house anymore. So a little time passes, and the seller didn't want to sell the house anymore either, but they're under contract. So the person I'm talking to, she says she reaches out and says, you know what, since you don't want to sell and we don't want to buy, we're just gonna move on. She said as soon as she said that, the seller went nuts on her, lost it. It was like, "You're under contract. I'll sue you. I will sue the pants off of you. You're under contract. You are binded by this contract." So now my prospect, she said she's getting scared, and she said the conversation ended. And about 2 weeks later, the seller calls her back and she says, "You know what? I don't really want to sell anyway. So I'll let you out of this contract, but but you need to pay me a $10,000 fee to release you from this contract." And I was like, "No, you didn't pay that, did you?" She says, "Yeah, we did." So she paid $10,000 to get out of a contract for a house that they didn't want. 10,000 bucks. That's some money, man. But me asking her that question pulled that pain to the surface. So now, see, she doesn't want to go through this experience again, selling the house that they're moving from. This is the counselor section of the ACEs system. This is where we go from being an annoying pest to an invited guest, guys. This is it. It's magical. If you follow these processes, man, and these tools that the Go Getter family teaches, and people, I mean, there's a lot of people out here. These are just negotiating tools, man, that the high level people use. Open ended questions. Whoever asks the best questions is the most successful. So, anyway, the next thing is, though, I asked her, I said, "So let me ask you this. What's the biggest obstacle that you're facing right now in getting this whole thing done?" You know? And I thought that it was them paying two mortgages, but it wasn't. I was wrong. And I have no problem admitting that. And I went in assuming. We should never assume. That's why you got to ask these questions. I thought the two mortgage payments were killing them, but that was not it. The thing that was killing her was this. They had to take out a $20,000 bridge loan for their move and to pay the closing costs on the new house. And she says it's a home equity loan and we don't have to start paying interest on that until we start using it. Well, we've already used about 5,000 and then we're about to use 14,500 more for our closing costs on our new house. I said, "Oh, so you don't want to pay interest?" She says, "Yeah, no." I'm like, "Well, you know what we can do?" And this is the counselor part. This is the counselor part. I said, "What we can do is, since you have an existing mortgage of about 166,000, what we can do is we can take over your mortgage payments for you and we'll pay you 20,000 out of your equity. We'll pay that out to you. So now you can pay off that loan and you won't have to pay interest on it. Also, you won't have a mortgage payment. This way though, I say this way, Kylie, if we're able to take over your mortgage payments for you and just continue to make those payments while we fix up the house and put it on the market, this way we don't have to go borrow money from the bank in order to pay you that whole lump sum. And then by you doing it, holy shit, by you doing it this way, I can't wait till my new office is ready. By you doing it this way, you won't have to pay capital gains taxes. You will not have to pay those capital gains. So now her interest is peaked. Man, I'm not putting that back up. Fuck that. Anyway, you guys are going to wait for that dry erase board until my new one comes in. Anyway, she's with it now. She's wide open. That counselor section. So then I asked her, man, after that, what it was that, she wanted to achieve. So she told me about her problem. She told me what she wanted to achieve. At this point, I'm not even trying to buy her house yet. I'm just letting her know what we can do. Okay. Letting her know what we can do. And that was just a tidbit because the next portion of the ACEs process is education. We've got to educate them. Guys, we're in a blue ocean here. The red ocean is wholesaling, traditional fix and flips, traditional buy and holds. That is a red ocean. The Burr strategy, red ocean. We're in a blue ocean. So we have to educate them on what we can do. That's the next part. The education part, though, that is where we become a transaction architect. All right. A transaction architect. The way that you become a transaction architect is this. They don't know that. I told her, we can pay you $20,000 up front to take care of that loan, right? That you had to take out. And I said, I don't want to write anything in stone because I haven't done my due diligence yet. But if we end up paying you out more of your equity, we can do it a few different ways. So we can pay you the 20,000 up front. And then I said, let's just say for the sake of an example, we're going to pay you $10,000 more out of your equity. We can give you that 10,000 in monthly payments, monthly installments. Or we can give you that 20,000 and then we take over your mortgage payment for you. So we pay the mortgage, the taxes, insurance, all of that. And then we do the updates to your house. Once we sell it, we pay you the other amount that we agree on. So if it's another 10,000, we pay you another 10,000 when it sells. This way, again, we're able to give you more money because we don't have to go to the bank and borrow the money from them to pay you. Because if we do, we have to pay interest, we have to pay points, we have to pay fees. And I said, Kylie, we're a business. So we have to calculate those numbers into our offer price. And she's nodding the whole time. It makes sense to her, man. So you become a transaction architect. You let them know of different ways that you can get this done and get them to their goal. By doing that, I'm telling you guys, you will get a house by becoming the bank. Now, the final step in this process after the education portion, man, and the education portion is, it's information only. And then what we're doing during that education portion, it's a needs assessment. We at first, with the needs, it's a needs assessment, and then it kind of goes into that needs analysis. All right. So I'm breaking down what we can do to help her in this time. And another thing was she's a doctor. She doesn't have a lot of time. So I'm telling her, hey, listen, you can take what you want and leave what you don't want. This way, you won't have to fix this place all up, make the repairs, clean it up, clear it out, and then show it to people so that you can sell it. You don't have to do any of that stuff. That was me doing that needs analysis there. I knew that she needed that because they were going to be moving. And I also told her, listen, we can work with you on the time that you move. So there isn't going to be some big rush where we have to have it by this time and you have to be out by this time. No, what I want to do, what I'm here to do is to make this transition easier for you. Oh man, she loved it. She loved it. And the next time I went over there to the last part of the A.C.E.S process, secure the deal. The last time I went over there to secure the deal and we secure it with paperwork, she kept saying, it's really the stress relief that's doing it for us, relieving us of this stress. That's a major thing, guys. Selling and buying a home has been rated the second most stressful thing that we will do in our life because we all need a place to live, man. It is stressful and it's a large amount of money, a lump sum of money. So, guys, the A.C.E.S system, all right? A, awareness. C, counseling. E, education. S, secure the deal. You secure the deal by getting your paperwork signed. So the last time I was over there, I got the information release form signed. All right. Now, I would have got more paperwork signed. I brought my limited power of attorney with me, but I didn't feel comfortable at that point locking her in like that yet. I needed to shore it up a bit. Okay. So what I did was I got that information release form signed, and then I broke a couple more things down to her, and I let her know, we're going to need you to authorize some more paperwork. I just need to verify with your lender about your mortgage terms. Okay. Once I verify those things, and I got her last mortgage statement. I said, once I verify those things, what we do, how this works is we'll get you to sign a limited power of attorney. And the limited power of attorney is limited just to this property so that we can do what we need to do with it and not have to come to you every time we've got to do something to get some paperwork signed. This way we can do what we need to. I said, also, when we sign the agreement, and you authorize the agreement, you're protected in that as well. And I said this, guys, and she loved it. I said, it's kind of like this. And that's called what I said, and that's a kind of like bridge, is what they call that. Right? When you're about to go into some industry jargon, you say it's kind of like, and you compare it to something that a regular person, a layman, will understand. So I said it's kind of like this. When you go to the car dealership and you buy a new car, if you have to borrow money from a bank to buy that brand new car, the bank's name is on the car title. And then the bank gets the title to the car sent to them. You don't even get that if you borrow money from the bank. I said, well, the way that we do this, it's the same thing. So the deed to your house, it'll stay in your name, just like that mortgage does. I said, but we'll sign an agreement and we'll put that, we'll record it downtown on public record, but you keep the deed to your home until we pay everything that we owe you. So it's just like when you go buy that car from the dealership. You make payments just like we would make payments to you on whatever we agree on your equity. But when you buy that car and you're making payments, you get to use that car. You get to drive that car. I said, well, it's the same thing with us. We'll fix the house up. We'll market it. If we can't find a buyer that will pay the whole thing, we'll put a tenant buyer in here, rent to own, and then they'll pay a balloon payment. So we have many different options, and it allows us to be more flexible. But most important, Kylie, it allows us to give you more money and give these banks less money. She loved it. She loved it. So, guys, that's how we secured another one using that A.C.E.S process. All right. So, guys, I do have to say this too. I have a private Facebook group, okay? And in that private Facebook group, we are having a competition, a contest. All right. The contest is one, you'll see it in a post in the private Facebook group. But I'm trying to get you guys to take action and get some of these houses, man. So if you guys want to join the private Facebook group, there's a link in the description to join the Facebook group. My team will not accept you into that group unless you answer the questions and put your email, because I'm not going to have spammers in there spamming people, and I'm not going to have scammers in our group. I don't even care how many people there are. I'll have less people and keep that trash out. All right. So you got to put that information. Anyway, in that, the contest is whoever makes the best postcard to send to prospects, to leads. So you can put the postcard in the comments of the post, or you can DM Coach Nyla. All right. And her information's on the post. So whoever wins that contest, and it ends Thursday, July 28th, I believe it is. Whoever wins that contest gets my buying free foreclosures course for free. On top of that, though, you get the course for free, but then you're also going to get a live training session with Coach Nyla going over that buying free foreclosures course. So that way, if you have any questions about the course, something you don't understand, how you implement something, how you get a house that way, Nyla is there to go through it with you, man. We want you guys to win, but you have to participate in the contest to get that. You've got to participate in that contest. So what postcards would you send out to a prospect in order to get a house? Put them, it's in the private Facebook group. I want you guys to check that out, man. We're here so that you guys can win. All right. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll answer a couple of them. So Zuli from Cali. All right. Where you at in Cali? You in Southern California? Where you at? That's 5%. All right. All right. Hi, Larry here from Florida. What's up, Larry? Your username says Tamara Ramsey. What in the world? Nick Bravo. Nick Bravo has a question. Nick's gonna get a house. I already know, man. Nick goes hard. So, Nick's question: would most cities have their evictions, probates, and code violations online? Went to a few city offices this week. They were clueless. Felt like I was getting politely stonewalled. Nick, you couldn't have said that any better. That's exactly what was happening. You were being politely stonewalled, man. That is a great way to say that, dude. Oh my God. Those people work my nerves sometimes too, man. Not even sometimes, damn near all the time. So this is where you find those lists, man. All right. So One, city offices, there's a difference now. You've got the city offices like City Hall, and then you've got your county courthouse, county clerk, county recorder's office, county auditor, right? Your treasurer. Those are county offices. All right. So listen to me, Nick. The city hall, that'll have your red tag list. Okay. The red tag list, and then code violations, city hall. All right. Then, if you want divorces, probates, foreclosures, that's at your county courthouse. So, your county clerk's office is your best place to start. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a tip, man. This is a high level tip, giving you the game here. So, when you go down there and you ask them for this list, if they're trying to stonewall you and say they don't have a list, well, then you just say, okay, well, I'll just take your last 10 filings then. If you don't keep a list of this, I'll take the last 10 filings that you had. So I want your last 10 divorce filings because they're all public record, man. All of them. I want your last 10 divorce filings. I want your last 10 probate filings. I want your last 10 foreclosure filings, right? Then I want your last 10 city code violations. But you got to get that at City Hall. Now, if they're still giving you a hard time, this is what you say next. Okay, so was it a Freedom of Information Act form that I needed to fill out? And then who do I turn that into down here? If you say it just like that, they're going to straighten up because that Freedom of Information Act form, that is a document from the federal government that forces them to comply with the information that you are seeking. The only way that you cannot get that information is if it is judge ordered to be held from the public. And that's going to be like criminal investigation and things like that. And it definitely is not your code violation list, your divorce list, your probate. It is not that, dude. So they will be forced to give you that information. Okay. So I want you to get that information, Nick, man, because that information is crucial to you getting off market properties. All right. Great question, man. Great question. For those of you guys just popping in, we're having a contest in my private Facebook group. I'm giving away my Buying Free Foreclosures course for free. Then, whoever wins that contest, you're going to get a coaching session with Coach Nyla. She's my student success coach. You're going to get a coaching session with her over the Buying Free Foreclosures course. You're going to go over that course, any questions that you have, anything about the contracts, anything about lead generation, anything about how we talk to prospects, any of that. You can get all of that answered during that coaching session. I'm doing that for you guys for free, man. The contest is who makes the best postcard to send to prospects, to send out to leads. We got to get you guys out there taking action, man. Taking action. So, any other questions, guys? Because I don't see any questions. I'm going to get up out of here for the night, man. I got things to do. And my freaking dry erase board fell, man. It works my nerves. I got a new one on the way, though, guys. New one on the way. And I'm about to have a whole new setup, man. I'm going to go hard for you guys, giving you guys this game. Okay. Do I need a Rodney Muse? Rodney, where you from, man? Put where you're from, man. I'm just a small town guy from Iowa. I like to know where people are from. So, Rodney, first off, we don't go to banks and borrow money from them to buy these properties. The way that we're buying these properties, Rodney, is we are becoming the bank. So we are taking over their existing mortgage. We're taking it over. So we're looking for motivated sellers. All right. So a motivated seller is going to be somebody in foreclosure. Somebody just got a divorce, right? People get divorced. They had two incomes and one household. Well, somebody's leaving. So now they got one income, but their bills remain the same. So it's hard for that person to afford the bills. Or probate. Somebody died and they had a house and they passed it on to a loved one, but that house still has a mortgage on it. So they can't afford to pay a surprise mortgage payment. Or let me see what else. Vacant properties, code violations, city code violations. These are all motivated sellers, right? So we go to them and we let them know, hey, we can help you in this situation because we buy houses as is. You don't have to make any repairs, okay? And we can give you debt relief on your existing mortgage, okay? What we'll do is we'll take over your payments for you and we'll go ahead and fix the house up. And ideally, we'd like to have a buyer right away. But in the event that we don't, we'll just continue to make your payments for you until we pay that mortgage off. This way, Rodney, you're not going to a bank applying for that debt, qualifying for that debt. You're taking over an existing mortgage. And there's 38 different ways that we can do that, man. People don't even know that we can do this, dude. The banks try to hide this knowledge from us. The banks, the politicians, and the elite. I've got 7 houses, man. I own 6. I'm about to own a 7th, and I've helped people all around the country do this, man. So, no, we are not going to a bank, Rodney, to borrow money to buy a house. Never again are we doing that. Okay. I'm gonna try to say your name, and I already know I'm gonna butcher it. So I apologize up front, but I appreciate you buying the course, man. That is so dope. I'm humbled by that too, man. I appreciate it. I do. But you're gonna love it. Brasida. Brasida. Hey, I think I got it right. And Brasida is from California. That's what's up. So I got a few students out there. You're gonna love that subject to masterclass. You know what you should do, Brasida? There's a link in the description of this video to get in our private Facebook group. So you get in the private Facebook group and get in that contest that we're having of who can make the best postcard to send to leads, because the winner gets my other course, Buying Free Foreclosures, for free. So you'll have both courses. So now you'll have, that shows you about 5 or 6 different ways to buy these houses by taking over the debt. And then you're going to get that free training session with Coach Nyla as well, going over the Buying Free Foreclosure course. So if you have any questions about what you learned, any of that, she's going to be able to help you. So that's my recommendation. But thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. That's awesome. And thanks for buying my course, man. That is super dope. Oh, good question, Rodney. Great question. So, dude, I remember when I first found this strategy, I was like, okay, I can take over a mortgage, but I can't afford another mortgage payment. Like, how in the fuck? So, but I kept pushing because I knew that if I can buy a house by taking over the mortgage, that's a lot easier than going out and trying to find $250,000 to buy the house, right? If I could just buy a $250,000 house by taking over the mortgage, a lot easier than finding 250K in a lump sum. So this is what we do to pay that mortgage. All right. Once we get it under contract, Rodney, we market that property. So we advertise that property as for sale, rent to own, no credit checks, down payment required. So we get a down payment from our buyer, and then we're getting monthly rent to own payments. The rent to own payments pay the mortgage that we took over. And then we keep the spread in between, right? So let's say like the house that I have on the market right now for sale. The mortgage payment that I took over is $955 a month. My payment that I'm getting from my buyer is going to be $1,600. So I get my $1,600 monthly payment. I take $955 of that and I pay the lending company, the servicing company, the mortgage company. Then I get to keep the difference between $1,600 and $955. Goes in my pocket. That's passive monthly income, man. Love it, dude. Killing the game with this stuff. Killing it. Hope that answers your question, man. Oh, what about the Google classes? All right, listen to me, man. So it's Google Classrooms. So the courses, the Buying Free Foreclosure course and the Subject to Masterclass, there is Google Classrooms for each of those courses. So you could go in there. It's not like a fake one-on-one training that you get with that. It's just a classroom. So you could go in there and you could post questions. We'll ask questions, but you could post your questions and the community can answer the questions. I'll come on there, answer questions by video or by typing them up. But the Google Classrooms that go along with our courses, that's just added continuing education to help you guys do this, man, to help you guys close deals. So let's see. Marquita Boyd, where do I join the page to enter the contest? Okay, so Marquita, in the description of this video, it says private Facebook group, and then there's a link. Click that link, and you can request to join the private Facebook group. and then one of my team will let you in. And then you'll see the post for the contest. You'll see that post for the contest in the private Facebook group. So to join the private Facebook group, it's in the description of this video, of this live video. Okay. I hope you got it. And hey, Marquita, where are you from? You guys got to put where you're from when you ask a question. I love to know where people are from, man. Is your one-on-one really $10,000? Yes, it should be more. So I'll tell you why. Yes, my one-on-one mentorship, for me to coach you one-on-one, for you to get to use the tools, get your acquisitions website, get to use my team when you do acquire a property, it is $10,000. I just had a one-on-one student that signed up with me a month and a half ago. He just acquired a property. It cost him $15,000 to acquire that property. That property is worth $88,000. So he just 5x'd his. Let's just subtract the $15,000. That leaves $73,000. So he paid $10,000 for my mentorship. He just made 7 times that in a month and a half. So he just made his money back times 7 in a month and a half. So I really should be charging more, honestly. I just helped somebody make $73,000 in a month and a half. So yeah, it's 10 grand. It probably should be more, honestly. Oh, Tacoma, Washington. Hey, Marquita, there are a ton of properties out in Washington. I actually have another lady that I helped that her partner's in St. Louis and she's in Washington. I don't know if she's in Tacoma, but they got a house in St. Louis with no money out of their own pocket, no credit checks. They made $18,000. So, hey, becoming the bank, it is life changing. What government office do we find people behind on their mortgages? So that could be at your clerk of court's office. It's different in different counties, but one, you said behind on their mortgage. You're not going to know if they're behind on it unless a foreclosure has been filed, a foreclosure notice. Like if a person misses a payment, that's not public record. It only becomes public record when the lender files a foreclosure on them. So that's the only way you can find out. But you can find that at your clerk of courts, the legal section of your newspaper. You sometimes, well, the auctions, when there's an auction date, that's on your county sheriff's website. So, but down at the county courthouse, man, and then you just ask somebody and they'll direct you to which office you need to go to. I always recommend the clerk's office as your hub. They'll point you in the right direction. Oh, no problem, Marquita. No problem. Rodney. Hey, my one-on-one coaching, man. This is what I do with my one-on-one coaching. This is the thing. I mean, can you guys imagine if you could go buy a house without ever stepping foot into a bank to ask them to borrow money for it? Could you imagine that? I mean, don't you think it'd be awesome if you could purchase a house without needing a lump sum of money out of your own pocket? Isn't that cool? You know what I mean? And see, this is the thing too. Money, and I had a cold, man, a couple days. I just got over it, so my nose is all stuffy. But money can be replenished. That's the whole thing, right? Money can be replenished. So the problem is when we have disposable income and people get paid like every 2 weeks, every week, every 2 weeks. So they know they got like $500 extra to spend. Well, when they get that disposable income, and I used to do this, I would go buy shoes, ice cream, go to movies, whatever. And those were all like instant pleasures, man. But it was a waste of money. It was no value. I was throwing that money away because I knew that it would be replenished when I got paid again. But what we should do is instead of going to buy that ice cream and going to buy those new shoes, we should invest in ourselves, in our knowledge. The knowledge that I'm giving you guys, this will pay you for the rest of your life. Disposable income won't even be a thing that you think about because you have enough income to do what you want. But you have to invest in yourself first, right? And then the thing is, too, is like, how long will it take you to learn this, right? On your own, YouTube University. going and doing research, because that time, that can never be replaced, ever. Never. Those moments and those memories that you miss with your family, that can never be replaced. Money, that comes and goes, man. That's why somebody is like, is your one-on-one mentorship really $10,000? Yes, it is. Because my time is valuable. Just like your guys' time is valuable. You know what I mean? And if I'm going to teach you this face to face, answer your questions, guide you, give you transaction assistance, let you use my team, let you use my insurance broker, get you an acquisitions website built, it shouldn't be $100. You know what I mean? But I'm changing people's lives though. But you have to be willing to invest in yourself. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. So the what does it so Marquita, if you click the learn more link and then you click on, because there's two $97 courses, it gives a description of each course and what it covers on each of those, so you can check it out, because there's different types of transactions. See, like with my mentorship, I teach you all 38 different ways to do that to buy a house by taking over the debt, without needing a lump sum of money, by becoming the bank. Then the courses, there's like the subject to masterclass for $397, that teaches you about 5 or 6 different ways. The becoming the bank training, that teaches you one way. The buying free foreclosures course, that teaches you another way, but it teaches you specific to foreclosures, where to find them, what to say, all of that good stuff. So you got to look at the descriptions of those products. It'll tell you all that good stuff. Is there any ideas on how I could get $10,000 quick because I need the one-on-one? So I will say this, Marquita, I had to overcome this myself. See the difference, right, between the wealthy and then poor people. And I'm talking about myself here, man, and my mom, my dad, my uncles. You know what I mean? Like the poor people, when they hear the cost of something, they start, because we sell our time to survive, right? Poor people do. Wealthy people, they leverage other people's time to make money. That's the difference, right? So a poor person, they see the cost of something and they're like, oh my God, that's going to be 3 weeks of paychecks. I can't afford that. But at the same time, we'll go out and buy a $250 pair of shoes, or a $300 purse. You know what I mean? And that's investing in something, putting more value in something else than it is themselves. But a wealthy person, on the other hand, this is what a wealthy person thinks when they see something of value, like my one-on-one mentorship. They think to themselves, what do I need to do to pay for that? It's $10,000. Okay, I have 2 credit cards that have $5,000 each on them. So if I put that on my credit cards, my payments on those cards will be about $500 a month total. The program's 90 days. So I put it on my credit cards. I pay the $500 a month for 90 days. I study my ass off. I get all that information and knowledge. I implement it. I take action. And guess what? 3 months later, I can pay off that entire credit card and then some, because they see the value in it. And then they also know that there's no instant gratification. You got to put in that work and that time, and then boom. So do I have a quick way of you making $10,000? Absolutely. 110%. Become the bank and buy a house with little to no money out of your own pocket and no credit checks, and you'll easily make $10,000. Now, to pay for my mentorship, if you don't have the $10,000, credit card, you know what I'm saying? Do you have equity in the home you own? You know what I mean? Do you have a loved one? I'm actually going to be meeting with a financing company next week to help people to finance my mentorship, my coaching, to get you guys there. Now, I also have group coaching though too. That is a lot less. So, hey, but if you got credit cards, this is what I do, because we let you guys make payments as well. You can pay it in 3 payments. So if you got a credit card that you can make that first payment, $3,300, and dive in, take action. The ladies in St. Louis that I helped buy a house for free, and they made $18,000. They did that in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And there's an interview with me and those 2 ladies on my YouTube channel. Just search the videos. It was a couple of months ago, an hour and 50-minute video of me interviewing them about the house that they bought, what they went through before they met me, and then how I helped them to pretty much change their lives. $18,000 they made on that first deal, and they did it in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, Marquita. So I'd love to see you in my one-on-one mentorship. I really would. I want to see you there. Saeed, my dog, what's up, man? Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on here. I've been on for far too long tonight, man, an hour already. So I got to get up out of here. I do appreciate you guys coming on, showing me some love, letting me teach you my A.C.E.S system. All right, the A.C.E.S system. It's an acronym. A is for awareness. How do people know you exist? Are you cold calling? Are you door knocking? Are you sending out postcards? Are you posting your business cards in stores so that people can see them in shops, right? Are you telling people about your referral system, right? What are you doing to create awareness that you exist? All right. A. C in the A.C.E.S system. Once you get that awareness, C, you are a counselor. You counsel this person. Okay, we create that credibility. C is that credibility. Our credibility kit, our seller presentation, previous people that we have helped, your knowledge, right? Your knowledge, the way that you ask questions. The E is for education. You're educating them on the other ways that they can sell their home. You're educating them on the other ways they can sell their home. So you are becoming a transaction architect. All right. And then S, you are securing that deal. And you secure that with your proper paperwork, guys. And we have the best in the game. The best in the game, man. So, hey, Alex, yo, hey, I appreciate that, man. Giving nothing but game to y'all, man. I love it. Guys, I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight, man. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Let me pour into you, give you guys this game. Don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel and you feel like I provided you with some value, consider subscribing, all right? But I got to get up out of here. Don't forget too, guys, the contest in our private Facebook group. The winner gets the free Buying Free Foreclosures course for free, and you get a free session with Coach Nyla going over that course to answer any questions that you might have, to direct you, to help you to start, man, and to get one of these houses by becoming the bank. It is life-changing. Life-changing. And I mean, this is the thing. If all it's going to do, right, is allow you to quit that 9-to-5 job and quit selling your time to survive, why haven't you gotten started yet? You know what I mean? I mean, if all it's going to do is allow you to take back control of your destiny, man. I own my life. I control my life completely. I just got back from a week in Mexico with my entire family, man. Brought my 2 kids and my fiance, and we were kicking it. And I stayed right on the beach, man. You open up my sliding door to my Airbnb, the beach is right there, dude. There's pictures all over the place of that thing. Man, loved it. And I wasn't worried about the money I spent when I was down there. If that's all this is gonna do, if that's it, what are you waiting for, man? Because I'm trying to give y'all the game. You know what I mean? Or if all it's going to do, right, is allow you to build something, man, generational that you can pass down to your kids, right? Why haven't you taken action yet if that's all it's going to do? Think about it, man. Isn't that something that you want? Don't you think that's amazing? I know I do. That's for sure. So, guys, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I do. I love y'all, man. Y'all are the best. So, I gotta get up out of here. All right, y'all. But you know the same, man. Till next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it.